It's just amazing how many people in the Diddy party list that are supporting Kamala. Too.
Yeah, seriously. It's like insane.
Publicly, openly, all in.
Yes. It's like J-Lo was like his ex-girlfriend. and it's like now deciding she's like warning people against Trump. I'm like, well, wait a second. So how many people did she warn against Diddy?
Right.
Oh, 0. Okay.
Right.
Well, maybe we shouldn't trust her opinion.
Between Diddy and Epstein, there's probably several thousand hours of footage here.
Yeah.
Y'all remember when Elon Musk casually tossed out that hint? Like Diddy's relationships weren't as squeaky clean as they appeared, and everyone just scrolled past it? Yeah. Fast forward to now, and suddenly there's chatter about a leaked list floating around, and the entire industry went dead silent. Like the same alarm rang in 1,000 rooms at the exact same time. And the first name people keep circling? Kim Porter. Not some random associate. This was Diddy's longtime partner, the mother of his kids, someone with full access, no secondhand whispers. That's why her name won't leave the conversation. Because when you're that close, you don't just see headlines. You learn the blueprint, the business moves, the back rooms, the parties, the escorts, the repeat patterns, how the machine keeps running. And that's also why the streets never fully bought the official story. The public got the pneumonia explanation. Clean, simple, case closed. But anyone who's been paying attention for years will tell you it never sat right. The same thought keeps looping. Something doesn't add up. Kim didn't look like someone fading out. She was active, moving, living like she still had plans. Then suddenly, gone. No long decline, no drawn-out warning, just gone. And that's where Jaguar Wright got loud and stayed loud. She's claimed Kim allegedly knew too much, had a book in motion, and was preparing to speak, not for gossip, but to put truth on the table.
Pneumonia, but there's the first coroner's report that said it was ruled a homicide and they found toxins in her body to prove that she had been poisoned. You know, they have poisons that create heart attack and pneumonia-likes.
And if you keep your ear to the pavement, you already know Jaguar doesn't fold. She's even dared heavyweight names to take her to court if she's lying. That kind of boldness shifts the energy.
Me. Stop coming after outlets. Stop coming after reporters. Stop coming after platforms. You got my number. Call me. Please sue me. I want to go to court. And when it's time for discovery, I guess we can all find out what
People who used to laugh started listening because that level of confidence makes you wonder what she thinks she's holding. And if Kim really was getting ready to expose what she saw behind closed doors, that wouldn't just make her a problem for one man. That would make her a threat to an entire ecosystem built on silence. Now, pivot to another name with history already on record, Jennifer Lopez. Folks like to act like J-Lo was just around back then, but she was right beside Diddy during one of the biggest moments tied to his name, the 1999 nightclub shooting. That night wasn't just chaos, it was a line in the sand. A woman got shot, Shine took the time, and Jennifer, she walked away clean. Here's the detail people keep dragging back into the light. The woman who was shot later said she saw Diddy pull the trigger, not Shine.
It's really right after the that it was P. Diddy who you.
I was standing by the front door. I watched the entire thing out. I had no reason to believe that it would escalate to a It was just male machismo and bravado at first.
When I was a 18-year-old kid, just wanting to do nothing other than make my mother proud and make Belize proud and do what all of us want to do, be recognized for our talent and take over the world. I was defending him and he turned around and called witnesses to testify against me, and he contributed. He pretty much sent me to prison. So that is the context by which you must always describe that relationship.
On top of that, there had been years of rumors that Jennifer allegedly handed the weapon back to Diddy after it happened. She didn't just hear about it, she testified. That's not distant association, that's being inside the storm while it's happening.
At the grand jury, as did many other people. It needs to be reopened, because if that is in fact the case, she carried the gun in and she lied to the grand jury.
Fast forward to now, with everything else being said about Diddy's lifestyle and the questions people used to dodge start landing differently. How much did Jennifer actually witness back then? What did those parties really look like from the inside? How reckless was it behind the velvet rope? And if she saw something foul, why did she never say a word? Not then, not later. Even Elon Musk took a public shot in her direction, basically saying, "You dated him, you had proximity, and you stayed quiet when it mattered." That one comment ripped open wounds people thought were buried for good. Then you get to Cassie, and this is where the conversation stops being internet chatter and starts touching paperwork. Cassie didn't hint, she filed a lawsuit. She put allegations in court. Years of control, coercion, being pushed into situations she says she never wanted. She described it as a system, not a messy relationship. A structure where power, fear, and silence kept everything moving like a business.
Good morning to you. I understand you were inside the courtroom during Ventura's testimony. The transcripts are just horrific. How did she hold up?
Errol, she broke down on the stand yesterday as she was testifying, and that was one of the most striking moments of the day, when she was moved to tears as she was giving, as you said, this very graphic and pornographic testimony. The moment when she broke down was as she was talking about how angry he would get with her sometimes, but also when she was asked about whether or not she enjoyed these, they were called freak-offs, the sexual encounters that she engaged in with him.
People remember those leaked messages that circulated, like when she told Diddy the freak-off situations made her feel dirty and grimy.
That after that first freak-off, she said she felt dirty. She didn't want to do.
Later, multiple male escorts came forward and backed parts of her story. That's what really shook people, because it wasn't just Cassie talking anymore.
It's a strange dynamic to have Cassie be as visually like stunning and is, and then you know, a part of you is like, I really want to go in and do this, but then the other part of you is like, this mother in the corner over here dictating how to do this and how to do that is like really like pulling me in the opposite direction. So you take that and then you add another guy to the mix, and it just gets real strange, man, especially once he becomes like active and you fall off and you just sitting there watching, like, yo, like it's just weird, bro. I don't know how else to explain that, man. It is weird.
I mentioned that he was a voyeur during this encounters. You were involved with Cassie Ventura directly in those rooms, as you've testified. Were you ever involved with Sean Diddy Combs? Did you two ever have an interaction in those encounters?
Nope, actually, not one conversation, not even eye contact.
Really?
Yeah.
Did that surprise you?
Well, it was told to me immediately, like on the first encounter, that I was instructed to not look at him, not acknowledge him, not have any interactions with.
By Cassie?
Yeah, by Cassie. So those were the instructions.
Outsiders started confirming pieces of the pattern. But here's where the street conversation gets complicated. Some believe Cassie knows more than she's ever said publicly, that she was inside long enough to understand how the whole operation worked. And while she eventually spoke, there are whispers that she may have helped facilitate certain things early on. Not because she wanted to, but because survival changes how you move. Fear, conditioning, pressure. Let's be real, that's how toxic power structures function. And yes, it's been widely reported that Diddy settled Cassie's lawsuit for around $20 million. That doesn't erase what she says she lived through, but it does raise one question. How deep does this really go? And how much money does it take to keep a story from spreading further? After that, the spotlight swings to Young Miami, another name tied to him. In this saga, she became the face of loyalty while everything was collapsing. Lawsuits piling up, clips leaking, public opinion flipping overnight, she didn't step back, she doubled down, 10 toes. She even wrote a letter to the judge ahead of sentencing, describing him as a good man, loving, supportive, changed, saying he was in therapy working on his anger, but the internet didn't buy it.
She talks about in those years how they were in a public relationship, and she says she came to know a completely different person. She says that Diddy motivated her, he believed in her, he helped her grow both professionally and personally, and she says that she's writing this letter because she believes it's important to the court to know the side of Diddy that isn't always seen or spoken.
People started saying it looked less like love and more like dependence. Private jets, luxury trips, designer bags, a lifestyle that costs real money. Then another detail raised eyebrows. Claims that she was allegedly present at some of those infamous parties. Cassie described the same white male polish, the same inner circle energy, and that's when the tone shifted darker. Because when a ship starts sinking, anyone still defending the captain can get dragged under too. And that leads to Paris Hilton. No, it wasn't some deep romantic situation, but she was close in that same party universe. People love to rewrite history like Paris was just popping in for vibes and dipping early. But the receipts folks point to suggest she was front and center at the big moments. White parties, birthday bashes, private events, and she praised them publicly. Remember that 2017 post where she called his party unforgettable and said he had a heart of gold? Yeah, that didn't age well at all. Now that insiders are describing what really went down at those events, the question nobody wanted to ask for years is back. Did Paris just dance and dip, or did she see things that should have made anyone step back? Because when someone that visible stays silent, it doesn't read neutral, it reads protective, like someone guarding a door. And that brings us to Ellen DeGeneres, and this is where things start feeling uneasy.
Party I've ever been to was at blank's house.
Puffy's 50th birthday. It was so sick.
Yeah.
Epic.
All right, next one.
Once the Diddy scandal started heating up, people noticed Ellen went ghost, packed up, left the country, moved to England. The public story was politics, stress, wanting peace, a fresh start. But in street talk, the word wasn't peace, the word was panic. Because Ellen and Diddy weren't strangers. He was a regular on her show. They joked about his parties like it was all harmless fun.
Your birthday party, am I invited?
Yes. Yes, you're definitely invited. I invite you to all my parties, you just haven't seemed to show up to.
No, well, is it on the East Coast?
Yes.
Well, that's why. Why don't you have one here on the West Coast? Because I work all the time.
Okay, well, maybe I have one at your house.
Where's that? Now, what time would your party start, let's say?
Like 9:30.
Really, that early?
Yeah.
I could make that.
Yeah.
But I could think of you of starting a party at like midnight. Like what time will it go till?
That's a different type of party though.
No,
it'll go from like 9:30 to like maybe 3 o'clock, 3 o'clock. And then, we have the top 2 floors of the hotel.
And then it will carry on there?
Yeah. Then the after party.
No, I know about them.
Ellen, were you surprised by the allegations about P. Diddy? Did that surprise you about P. Diddy? He's been on your show many times. Have you been to his parties?
And now, those old clips don't hit the same anymore. The on-air nicknames, the cuddle talk, the snuggle jokes. Watching it back now, it's uncomfortable. Add in the online chatter, the so-called hidden tapes, powerful names resurfacing, dusty files getting reopened, and suddenly, Ellen stepping away looks less like coincidence and more like perfect timing. Then came the death of Twitch. Stephen Twitch Boss was officially ruled a suicide, and the internet exploded. Theories piled up, dots got connected, patterns were claimed. No proof, just speculation. And speculation isn't evidence, it's just how timelines get shaped online. So when names start getting floated, the belief out there is that Ellen left early to stay far from the blast radius. Now there's another name that keeps popping up whenever Diddy and Epstein conversations overlap: Naomi Campbell. People have whispered about Naomi for years, but lately that volume is all the way up. And she's not being framed like a guest, she's being framed like someone who knew the doors, knew the rooms, knew how to link the right people together. Street narratives allege she helped open access, introductions, opportunities, invites, private trips, the kind of things that look glamorous on paper but turn dark behind closed doors. Online, one label keeps getting thrown around: Madam vibes, playing the middle, favors, connections, leverage, money. Always protected. Her career never really stalls, even when the heat rises, and people read that as powerful insurance. It got even darker for some when Naomi acknowledged crossing paths with Epstein while saying she didn't know what he was really about.
If this doesn't take into account the person being interviewed, does it then become fake news?
Well, it's pretty one-sided, and I don't want to get into that phrase, but I feel if you don't give the person the chance to speak for themselves and respond, I mean, this is a pretty established newspaper. You should give the person the right to respond to what your allegations are.
That explanation didn't sit right with everyone, especially with all the alleged overlap. People point to private jets, islands, elite circles, the same high-level ecosystem. Then, when Diddy's scandal started cracking open, folks noticed Naomi going quiet, posts disappearing, associations wiped, anything that looked like proximity getting scrubbed. And when someone cleans house that fast, the question becomes simple: why? Now we're stepping into even more uncomfortable territory. Janice Combs. Yeah, Diddy's mother. Publicly, she's been standing by him. Court appearances, front row, loyal image. But behind that picture, a darker narrative floats around in street talk. Some say she didn't just raise him. They claim she shaped how he learned power, charm, control, how to work a room, how to pull strings without looking like you're pulling strings. And those old clips don't help. The lip kissing, the matching nail polish, the IV drip video.
Hold on, let me introduce you to my mom. We call Mom Dukes.
Hi.
She's getting a drip with me. She's hydrating. What's up, Mom?
Everything's good, baby. I'm here with you.
Yeah.
I love you.
I love you too.
Stuff that looks a lot stranger when you re-watch it with today's context. People say it blurred boundaries in ways that never sat right. There are also whispers, strictly alleged, that she wasn't just aware of the freak-off culture, but close enough to understand how the engine ran and how it stayed protected. Not as a participant, but as someone who knew how the shield worked. So the question becomes, was she just a mother defending her son, or part of the system that helped keep him untouchable for so long? Now here's a name that hits differently for one reason. She spoke, then she vanished. Gina H. Gina wasn't some random rumor. She was inside. She dated Diddy. She moved in the same spaces Cassie did. Her story came out loud, and then it disappeared. And this part keeps sticking. Gina said Cassie warned her about him, not playfully, but in a "this man is dangerous" way. Gina has alleged Diddy put hands on her, monitored her phone, controlled her movements, and punished her when she tried to leave.
About the physical, so if you're okay, are you okay with that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So obviously you terminated baby one because you loved him. How long after you guys started dating is when did the physical start?
The first time it ever happened, which was not even like that long into the relationship, because I met him in February, and then it was probably like the beginning of May, because we were at Meek's Mill's birthday.
Then suddenly, silence. No more interviews, no more posts, just gone. Street Talk says the pressure got heavy. NDAs, legal threats, industry freeze-outs. That's when a lot of people started believing she didn't lie, she got scared. Because walking away from that world doesn't come cheap. Now, bring up Misa Hilton, Blueprint era, yachts, islands, early empire days. Misa wasn't just around, she was foundational. Mother of his son Justin, one of the architects behind the bad boy image when the brand was being built brick by brick. That's why people believe she saw the early version of the playbook, how loyalty was enforced, how charm turned into leverage, how power got structured before the spotlight ever hit. And notice this, when Cassie sued, Misa didn't rush out to defend Diddy. She supported Cassie quietly, respectfully, no theatrics, no dragging, just a move that spoke without yelling. And that kind of silence, it's loud. A lot of people read it as she got out early, before the alleged freak-offs stopped looking like wild nights and started looking like a system. Now here's where it turns legal again. Agia Inglis. Because Agia didn't just talk, she filed a lawsuit. She accused Diddy of sexual coercion and abuse tied to yacht parties and elite events. According to her claims, women were allegedly recruited, pressured, drugged, and moved through powerful spaces like inventory. And the scary part? How closely that allegedly lines up with the broader pattern Cassie described. Power dynamics, control systems, silence enforced through fear and money.
You know, we all have stories. Seriously, we all have stories. Mine is horrific and only 5 people know it. And I probably will never tell it. Why didn't you say something then? Because we just want to live. We want to be happy. And we really want to forget the trauma.
Adria's framing wasn't messy, it was organized. And that brings it back to the question the streets keep asking. If all these women were close, if they were inside seeing different angles of the same machine, who knew what? Who stayed quiet just to survive? Because the streets don't believe this was a one-man operation. They believe it was a system built over decades, protected by silence, held together by power. And now that the walls are allegedly cracking and new tapes keep getting whispered about, people aren't just watching Diddy anymore. They're watching everyone who stood close enough to know better. So what do you think? Were these women victims, accomplices, survivors doing whatever it took to stay alive in a dangerous industry? And if more names start getting called, who do you think the spotlight hits next? Drop your thoughts in the comments, subscribe to BuzzLemon, click the next video, and I'll see you in the next one.